kept going. You want to know why he prayed for him and kept going? Because all of the son, all of creation has to bow to him. So he's not questioning whether it did. He knows his authority. No, no, they're lepers. All right, leprosy go. Going over here to pray, preach the kingdom of God. They walk off about a mile, right? They weren't, look, he didn't pray for them and say, oh man, I don't see this kid. Oh man, I was not peace. Lord, what did I do today? Did I sin? Come on, I'm taking y'all through what we do. And the enemy is sitting right beside you, like, yeah, got him right again where I was. They sat out there all that time, waiting for Pastor Carl to give me a revelation. Then they back home, and I got them right back again. Because they think this only works when they come out. That's they think it only works when the apostle is around. No, it works the right. Yeah. But yeah. So it's about being staunch in the truth of who you are and never letting that go. You gotta be totally convinced, right? Totally convinced of this. You can't get your information from anything else but the truth of who Jesus is and the truth of who he is. That has to be your truth. Right? And as you grow, you'll learn, your faith will grow in such a way, right? Where you'll just begin, everything will be simple. It'll be simple for you, and you'll never doubt. You know what I'm saying? You'll never doubt, and you'll be able to function just like you function. Any questions?
Brother, those are your books?
I'm sorry.
Those are your books?
Yeah, those are all my books.
You're the author?
I'm sorry.
You wrote these books?
No, I did not.
Okay. Who are you? I mean,
I'm Pastor Brian.
Pastor Brian?
Yeah.
And where's your church?
So right now we're merging with a church called Born Again Ministries, and we are in what? Okay, is that Capitol Heights? We're in Capitol Heights.
Capitol Heights.
Capitol Heights, Maryland.
Okay. That's closer to DC?
That's closer to DC. So
Okay.
we're probably about a mile or so from the DC Maryland line.
Okay.
Capitol Heights,
Okay.
Maryland. So yeah, if y'all want to come out, come on out. You can come on to Born Again Ministries. That's Born Again
200 Cabin Branch Road.
Yeah, Cabin Branch Road. Come on.
200.
Yeah, Central High
So
School.
where can they find you, like on social?
You can find me on social media at Revealing Christ Today. For Revealing Christ Today, Brian Maceo Carter. And on there you'll see my links to my website and to my email address. If anybody wants to get in contact with me, they can reach out to me at Revealing Christ Today. You'll have my links, my email address, that you'll be able to find out times and dates for teachers, for schools, for conferences, from all of the above. And I want y'all to actually go to the YouTube page because you'll actually see miracles, healings, demonstrations of Christ. And here's a good thing. You actually won't see me doing it. You'll actually see everybody else.
Yeah, because one of the reasons why I asked, I know people like my age, some of us are not physically able maybe to get down to your church.
Yeah,
so I think that's wonderful. We can access it online.
Yes. And what we'll do, like coming up very, very soon, like I just got finished having we had a healing conference or summit, but we did it online where we actually prayed for people online, people getting out online, people getting their sight back, smoking addictions, like everything. Being broken.
I'm sorry.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we'll do that online.
That's wonderful. I'm down here from Chicago visiting, and so when I just swung through, I said, "Hold up!" Obviously, it looked like positive energy, right?
Yeah.
So what brings you right here, kind of in the heart of Baltimore City, to deliver this word?
Man, we love people. I mean, that's really in the nutshell. We love people, and we want people to see the reality of who Christ is.
Okay.
That's literally the heart of it. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't even be out here. Faith without works is dead. That means you won't even move until you believe. So we believe that people are actually going to see Christ manifest, and that motivates us to come. to actually be the vessels that God actually uses so that people can see the reality of Christ. Because actually we believe it's more than us just giving somebody like scripture or a quote and sending them on their way. We place our value in actually like demonstrating to people who God is
Got you.
through us.
So I'm
Yeah.
not challenging you or putting anyone on the spot,
Yeah.
but just echoing some of the feedback I hear from the shorties in the street in Chicago
Yeah.
and probably in Baltimore. So
Yeah.
how do we, who Christ is,
Yeah.
make that a reality to the young lady that might be 18 or the young man that might be 18
Yeah.
that don't know their parent
Yeah.
and their life experience
Yeah.
beyond the faith of the Bible or really knowing who Jesus is or Christ is, as you said,
Yeah.
is a disconnect.
Yeah.
They're trying to say,
Yeah.
how do I know who Christ is and I don't know what's for dinner?
Yeah.
How do I know who Christ is and my mother has brought 5 different men home in the last 2 years, and when she sleep, 2 of them are coming there and rub me on my thighs, right? And if Christ is all seeing and all knowing, how am I in my unsophisticated mind able to still appreciate and walk towards Christ? How does that happen?
Yeah. It's what Jesus said. You'll know them by their love. You know them by their love. When we position ourselves to actually become love, we also position ourselves for, as Christians, for the Christ that's actually in us to be the expression that that person needs to experience really who Jesus is. And so when we position ourselves to actually to become that expression function of love, because the reality is that the same spirit that was in Jesus, I want y'all to hear it, to preach it, that was in his own body 2,000 years ago, is the same spirit, is the same Christ that's in her body 2,000 years later. Same Jesus, different body. So 2,000 years later, she gets the privilege of being the expression that that person needs so that they can have a real experience with the Jesus that they've been doubting and that they've been looking for.
Understood.
So it happens through us.
Okay.
Sure, we can pray and God can give somebody, an angel can show up at our bedside, or Jesus in spirit can show up. But primarily, it's when we become the expression.
Understood.
Because people are looking for something real. They're not looking for, if we want to be real about it, I'm going to say it. People are not looking for organizations to
That's
join.
right. That's
So
right.
we want to know why people ain't joining our churches. And most people, here's the real deal. I'm not holding back. A lot of people that actually join church, most of the time they come from another church.
Yeah, I hear it all the time.
Right,
I'm looking for another home.
They're just looking for
Yeah.
another home, and
Yeah.
all of that's great.
Mhm.
That's great. That's actually wonderful, based upon what that person's needs may be. But what about the person that you just expressed? Right? What about the person who's been experiencing it? They're not looking to join the
That's
organization.
right. That's right.
They're looking for a real expression of Jesus. They're looking for somebody who can be that towards them without an agenda behind it. But to see them well and whole and coming to know Jesus for themselves. I don't have to sell you my organization.
Right.
Take It by Force Ministries, Born Again Ministry. I don't have to tell you what organization I'm a part of. What I need to do, or what I have to do, is make sure that I'm becoming an expression that doesn't want anything from you, but to see you whole, to see you well, to see you free, to see you delivered, and to see you becoming the person that God always designed you to be.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna say thank you for that. Like I said, I wasn't asking you to put you on the spot. I just wanted them to hear it from you
That's amazing.
as a message delivered from you. You know, that's all. I know that's low hanging fruit for you to answer. Yeah.
Man, there like for years. Like we don't. If I can say, if there's ever a group of people that I've known who we don't want anything from anybody, we literally want nothing from because we know that what we can give is so much greater that that's the thing that drives us. We know that we have something to give and expressing the offer. And so we don't need anything.
Understood.
We don't need anybody to give us something. We don't need anybody like to give us a praise or an accolade
Absolutely.
or something back in return. Because what we have, we're already full of what we can give. And so we just want to give what we have. It's like Peter and John said, silver and gold have I none, but what I do have, that I give to you. And so that's what I'm on.
Yeah.
People need that.
So I just want to say thank you for that word. I streamed it on my YouTube channel. I have a little YouTube channel, but because I don't really cover this content, this message, you're the authority, so they hearing it from you. I'm not gonna fake like that's the message I give. It's just my name, T-A-K Williams, Talk Williams, T-A-K space Williams.
Wait a minute.
And yeah, I'll stay on that. But anyway, guys, it's name, T-A-K, Skipper Space Williams. And that's why I say I'd rather you say it because you're the authority, you're doing the work. And even though I don't push that message, it don't have nothing to do with the message that need to be pushed. So I can still talk about my little nothings, but they're going to grab that. Anyway, guys, it's your boy Talk Williams, hosting Creator Hip Hop 50th. I'm down here, downtown in Baltimore. I'm smelling, or I did for a minute, that chicken coming out of Lexington Market. So we probably have it over there, head over there and get something. But that word you just heard, you never hear me talk about Jesus, religion, none of that. It has nothing to do with me running into it and exposing you to it. You heard it from the gentleman himself. Obviously, he's very fluent, and competent in what he's doing. That's me. We live right now. Yeah, we live right now. So I just want to say thank you, brother. Okay. Yes. Right. Thank you. Yeah. I was just asking, was any of those your books? Because I gotta, if I'm gonna stand here and talk to you, I gotta purchase one.
Yeah. No, they're not for purchase. They're free, man. Anybody can take them. Take them with you, man. Yeah.
All right. Let me grab one. I'll give one to my friend.
Yeah. Take what you want. Yeah. Man. What's relevant?
Just grab one of these.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Excuse me, brother. I just want to grab one. Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you. You guys have a blessed one.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Thank you for that message. Let me put this down. Yeah. Huh? I'm gonna give them. Let me see. Let me see something. Hang on. Oh, goodies. Huh? Oh, I bought them for somebody. Yeah. I'm happy he can use them. Huh?
What you tell him to do with him?
I just told him he could have them.
Oh, okay.
And he says, he says, man, you don't even know who you're giving this to.
Oh,
I
wow.
said, wow. He says, man, I'm a comic book fan. I've been doing comics. I'm 55. I've been doing them. Say 52. He's been doing them forever. Yeah. See, that's what happens, right? So I forgot we were still live. That's what happens. See, you never know who you run into. You don't know. You don't know who you're gonna run into. You don't know what type of blessing you're gonna get. Sometimes out in these streets, you run into the devil. That's the reality of it. See, you just run into the devil. That's just what it is. Not in this case, though. Me and Melanie basically pulled up because we're going to go to Lexington Market, get something to eat, or at least smell that and decide what we're going to get while we're in there. And in that process, when we whip the block, we see the gentleman on the corner, and that gentleman on the corner had a nice crowd around him, and I could just sense, we all have spidey senses. We come from the hood, we out the gutter, we get it out the mud. My spidey senses told me something here is worth whipping the block and jumping out to see what's being said. Because his cadence, his body language, his energy, the eyes that was focused on him, the people that was walking to and fro, I was like, okay, let me jump out for a second. Jump out, and this brother is delivering the word of God, of Jesus, of Christ. Now, I'm going to tell you now, I'm not the guy to speak about God, Jesus, or Christ, all right? Don't take notes from me, because you're going to flunk every exam, every quiz, whatever it is that they give you to try to get in, they're not going to let you in messing with me, because I'm not that guy. But I'm also not that guy that's going to either deflect, deframe, or block somebody else from catching the message, no matter what that message is. And that's why I said, after I jumped out and I stood there and listened to this guy for about 5 minutes, it was obvious that whatever he was saying or wasn't saying, however correct he was or off-center he might have been to others, there was something positive in his message, and then that's why I went live. That's why I went live, and I appreciated that, Now, fortunately, it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. I just said, well, I got some comic books. Let me get his brother some comic books, and he can do what as he wish with them. He can give them to the kids. Actually, all of those comic books, in fact, none of those comic books, monetarily speaking, are probably worth under $5 or $10. So basically, every comic book I gave him, you could probably sell and easily get $5 for each one, if not 10. But that's not why I gave it to him, and that's not why he accepted them. That brother is humble. That brother just spoke about his humility, the humility of his organization, and how he makes things and the message of Christ real for people. Now, of course, like now, I'm stumbling and babbling on even how to articulate that because, like I said, I don't push the Christ message. I don't do that. But the message that brother had to give is worth everyone's discernment. That's what I know. So I can go back to being stupid. I can go back to my little crazy sociopathic way of thinking, but at least I'm not going to get in the way of someone who wanted to hear that message or some sort of it from hearing it. That's all I could say. So anyway, let me get back to the little nothings in my life and circle the block because we got to stop at Lexington Market and grab something to eat maybe, right? Is that what we doing? All right. Anyway, it's your boy Talk Williams again, Hip Hop 50th. We in Baltimore. We're going to be here the rest of the day, floating around, moving around, having some fun. We're going to hit Fells Point. We're going to hit some of the hoods. We just going to hit it. West Baltimore, East Baltimore, South Baltimore. It's a weekend. Continues and be more. Peace. Y'all have a